out by the door, or didn't need it anymore. Pulled on my shoes, hit the pavement, heart in my chest, I could feel it saying, girl, don't wait for a sign. You got this life, it's mine, it's mine. So I'm running toward the spark, even if it starts small. One brave step, then I give it all. Another rail, another day. Love this life, let it play. Be happy, breathe it in. Live your dreams, let them begin. Another rail, another spark. Keep it bright, keep it hard. Love this life, let it stay. Be happy, shine away. I called my friends from the corner store, said, come on down, there's room for more. We danced in the kitchen light, laughing loud on a Friday night. And if the road gets a little wild, I keep that green, keep that inner child. I know my name, I know my song. I've been growing all alone. So I'm running toward the spark, even if it starts small. One brave step, then I give it all. Another round, another day. Love is life, let it play. Be happy, breathe it in. Live your dreams, let them begin. Another round, another spark. Keep it bright, keep it hard. Love this life, let it stay. Be happy, shine away. If you fall, get up singing. If you doubt, keep on dreaming. The best part's still ahead, right where your heart's at. Another rail, another day. Love is life, let it play. Be happy, breathe it in. Live your dreams, let them begin. Another rail, another spark. Keep it bright, keep it hard. Love this life, let it stay. Be happy, shine away.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? Happy Friday, TGIF. It is Friday. It's been a long week. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're staying cool wherever you are, and I hope you're not breathing in forest fire smoke wherever you are. Good to see you all. Thank you all for being here. The chat is full. Come on in. Good to see you. So I have invited Jim up. And so we're just wait for him to pop up on screen here. He told me he'd come over and hang out for a few. How are you all? You doing good? Happy Friday, TGIF, everybody. I hope you didn't work too hard this week. I hope you didn't work too hard this week. Okay, so we're going to start off. This is a live stream about Nancy, but I want this to also be about Jim. I just want to have just hang out and have a chat with Jim. And a lot of us, we haven't seen Jim lately. Jim's been busy doing his thing. And I thought, hey, let's have him come on and have a chat, see how he's doing. Okay, one sec. Okay. So, yeah, so I'm good. It's been a busy week. Busy week for me. When it comes to the Nancy Guthrie case, you guys all know I've been in the background doing my thing all week. I've been studying maps this week, and it seems like the time flew by. Like the time flew by. I swear I'm going to need another week to study maps. But I'm praying that Nancy is found like right now in the next 5 minutes or so. You had an earthquake last night, 5.9. Wow. Where are you, Susan? Are you in California? So yeah, so I've been working on doing readings and reading maps, and as I've shown all of you, I have several areas where I believe there are locations for Nancy, and I'm just trying to pinpoint. I'm trying to narrow it down closer and closer and closer before I say, okay, it's go time, go check here, right? So I'm like triple checking my work before I say anything to anyone. It's hot there. It's 104 here right now in British Columbia. Thank you, Charmin. Thanks. The only thing I don't like about this time of the year is I'm sitting in the dark. I got the window. I always have to have the windows closed, blinds closed, but I'm nice and cool. The air conditioner is my best friend at this point. Hi, everybody. Hi. So it's been kind of a week for me. I've been sick this week. You guys know I still am a little bit iffy. I'm not sure why, but yeah, so it's been a bit of an up and a down day. I actually had a nap for 3 hours today. I'm feeling a little bit better, so that's good. So all of you that have been following Nancy Guthrie's case, please let's ignore all the stuff that's going on YouTube. Okay, like YouTube creates its own storyline basically. But when it comes to news, like actual official news stuff, nothing really has come out. Like we're still dealing with nothing here. The ransom notes are the only thing really that's worth talking about. And that's that. My opinion on this, I've told you all this over the last few weeks. I firmly, so many people think that this Nancy's case is turned into a cold case. I don't think that at all. I believe that law enforcement is on top of it. Hi, bud. You ready?
Absolutely.
Hey, everybody. Who's this guy?
Tara, good to see you.
Say hi to you too. Good to see you.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. So do you. We all look fantastic. And the chat looks fantastic.
Yep, that's right. Hi, everybody. This is Jim. If you don't know Jim, you're going to get to know Jim. Like, I don't know how you don't even know who Jim is. Jim is this amazing man who took it upon himself to start searching for Nancy on his dirt bike.
There it is, right behind me.
Yeah. In the middle of the desert on his dirt bike. And like, I've said this to you many, many times, Jim, but I can't thank you enough for everything you've done. I can't thank you enough. It's
my pleasure. And you and I
yeah.
are working together. We've worked together in the past, and we're going to work together in the future. Love it.
We're not done yet. We're not done until she's found.
Exactly. Nancy's not home, and we're not going to give up until we bring Nancy home. There's just no question about it.
That's right. Oh, my husband wants to say hi to you. Come here. So, Jim, this is
There
my
he is.
husband, Thaddy.
How you doing, man?
He
Lucky
says,
man.
How you doing? You're a lucky man.
If
You're a lucky man.
they only knew.
If you only knew.
So sweet.
What?
Savvy has my full back here. He keeps telling me I need to go down to Arizona. He's like, Tara, just get down there and just do it.
Yeah, we're trying to get her down there, but we're waiting on a passport right now.
Yeah, I had to renew my passport, but yeah. So, and honestly, for me, now is the good time to go. I love monsoon season. Like it's my
Right.
favorite time of the year there. Like when I lived there at like 2:00 in the afternoon, I'd start doing the rain dance. I'd be like, come on, bring it on. Yeah, bring it on. It's amazing because it'll drop the temperature down by like 10 degrees.
And when it's 110, you need it to drop.
Yeah, I know. Last time I left my front door, it was 115 degrees.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
and
hot.
as and I'm flipping the bird to my house at the time, and I'm like, I'm fucking out of here, and I left and I went to Canada. And this is June Pups.
nice.
June
I love
Pups.
dogs.
Yeah.
She just wanted to say hi. As soon as you started talking, she wanted to come in.
She's like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring
Dog-
June and she can help search.
Dogs are a good judge of character. I can tell he likes me already.
Yep.
I'll let you guys do it.
All right, thanks, honey. So I wanted you two to meet. I'm trying to get him to come down with me. So
We'll have to plan a
Depending
trip when
on-
we're all down there together.
yeah, depending on work schedule and stuff, I would
Yeah.
like him to be there with me because it's not a safe place. You know, I know it's not a safe place.
Tucson is a very
So-
interesting town.
We'll
It's
see.
not.
Yeah.
If I had my choice of places to live, it wouldn't be in the top 10.
Yeah, no. Okay, here's a question. What would your number one place in Arizona be to live?
In Arizona, gee, I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe something historic like Tombstone or Bisbee or
Bisbee. Yeah.
yeah, something with some character, something sort of smallish, not one of those mega cities. I saw a really great place outside of Phoenix, though. If you drive out of Phoenix towards LA, you get to the outskirts of Phoenix, and there's this brand new complex out there, and they have like a brand new Costco and brand new building,
Oh, yeah.
brand new shopping centers, and all these new houses, and beyond it, just mountains and streams. And I thought that would be neat. You could have all the conveniences of all of those conveniences, but yet be on the edge of town, and you could out in the desert in minutes. So
Is that near Blythe?
no,
Blythe?
that would be right on the outskirts of Phoenix. You're going towards Blythe. Blythe wouldn't be in my top 10 either, but but it is affordable.
Blythe's a shithole. Blythe is a shithole. Yeah. So that's why I feel tweaker capital. I feel the two of you and I work together. If I actually do go down there, I think we could get a lot done because I know the area. Like I know a lot of areas that I can take you and you don't know yet. And in the meantime, we could go prospecting at the same time.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
I have a gold mine myself in the California foothills here. So, and I have gold specialty metal detectors and okay, see you later.
Oh, kick ass. You got gold metal detectors? Oh, that's amazing.
Sure. Yeah, they're designed specifically to find the smallest gold nugget. So I've been just a little bit about myself. I've been a treasure hunter since I was maybe, 6 years old. Got started, my cousin is the museum curator for the 3rd Armored Division of the U.S. military. And he sort of got me started when I was very young. And that's really all I've done, all I've thought of for the past, 50 some years is this digging and searching and thinking of ways to find things and maps and as a treasure hunter, someone who's looking for unknown things, you're always looking for an edge. You're always looking for, the next machine or the next technique where we've dabbled in like dowsing and all sorts of.
Have you done dowsing for your mining?
I have. I have done dowsing. I'm not a dowser. It takes a lot of practice. I have known some really good map dowser. I had a map dowser that it was absolutely incredible. He sent me to places across the world. And I went there, and there were things that he described exactly from probably 10,000 miles away, if you can believe it. Here's actually like,
that's amazing.
Here's like some of my dowsing supplies. Like this is like the old style Anderson, and this is a homemade Anderson dowsing rod.
That's nice.
Where you could,
I'd love to have that.
Where you actually, you can put the you put the
you
witness.
Put the sample in the end.
Yeah.
You
put the witness in the end, and then like even if you had like like a fingernail from Nancy or something like that, and it's actually has like the copper winding here, and then it goes out.
I was just going to say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is.
If I come down, bring that for. If I come down and we do this, bring that for me, please, because I have mine, but I don't have one like that. And
this is based on the original Carl Anderson design. This is built for me by someone who actually helped with the Apollo 13 project as sealed bearings.
Oh wow!
And so, but unfortunately, cool. I'm not a dowser. I'm I've tried, but I haven't. And then these are also electronically aided dowsing tools. So these are actually electronically aided dowsing tools. Where this is called a model 301, and it uses a voltage difference between the antennas. So
wow.
People have been very successful.
Really?
I have been successful with this. So these are
sort
of electronically aided dowsing devices. Unfortunately, it's tuned just for gold and silver, so it's not actually it wouldn't be useful in this case. And here's more of them. And then this one needs a new battery right now, but this is made by Electroscopes by Thomas, who's
very nice,
a friend of the family. And then he has like the bubble level on the top.
Level,
so and of course,
wow.
I know, right? You probably didn't know I was going to bring out all this.
Yeah.
But like I say, as a treasure hunter, you look for every edge. And of course, this is like, just a pocket dowsing tool that, and then it folds into the handle. So you can just throw it in your bag.
Oh, I need one of those. I've been in, I've been in hundreds of mine shafts in Arizona.
Right.
Like, like I am, just before I left the state, I was friends with a whole bunch of geologists down there. And we would FaceTime on my phone, and I would go to a certain area where there was mine shafts. And so I would have them on video chat, and they would kind of come in the mine shaft with me. And then I would show them the walls, and they'd be like, okay, you need to take that piece. You need to take that piece. It was fantastic.
Right.
So my last trip I got out of there was like 40 to 50 pounds of azurite. Azurite, the blue. Yeah.
That's
it's
heavy.
Fantastic. It's amazing.
You need a good backpack to carry 50 pounds of rock.
Well, yeah, I had my ex standing beside me outside the hole. He was my grunt. So, yeah.
There you go.
It's so much fun. So, all right. So I want to ask you some serious questions if you're ready for them.
Absolutely.
Are you ready for serious questions?
Of course, always.
Number one question I feel I need to ask you is, out of all of the areas you searched, okay, which one gave you the most gut feeling that something might be nearby?
Wow, that is that's a pretty tough question. You know, I really like Reddington Pass. As far as I don't like it, but as far as the potential locations, those muddy reservoirs up on Reddington Pass, a person could go up there and you could put something in that area completely alone. And then I found where like the muffler had been ripped off of the bottom of a car recently, where the guy had obviously tried to like fit, and that sort of gave me some Yeah, that sort of gave me some funny feelings there on that other.
Okay.
And I've been sort of waiting for those, for hot weather to evaporate some of those so I could go back and take a second look. But the Reddington Pass area.
Yeah, your
and
gut.
And then also that the Rancho El Diablo, that El Diablo place. I don't know if you know about that.
Yes.
That one sort of freaked me out a little bit, and especially the water tank underneath the pool.
I saw that.
And then it was so funny. Like as soon as I put the camera down there, the electronic equipment went out, even though it wasn't beyond where it should have gone a signal, but the electronic equipment just immediately quit working there. And then I tried to go back. When I went there the first time, there was a shotgun tournament over at the shooting range nearby, and I was able to go in to this shotgun tournament and then go into the area where that El Diablo, was it something El Diablo? I mean, I've searched so many places. But
it was a resort at one time or something.
Right. Yeah, the resort. And then I wanted to go back and do a better search inside that water tank. So there's this big, like it's a gigantic cistern or water holding area, and it's this murky water, and there's bags and all sorts of stuff in it. And I tried to go back there I had a grappling hook, and I was going to try to grapple some of the material out of there. So that one also gives me a funny feeling. And
did it smell? Did it smell?
It did. It did smell. It didn't smell like, it smelled like rotten. It didn't smell like decomp as much, but there were some very strong odors there. It smelled more of just like a plant rot rather than body rot.
Yes. Okay. So, I got it. Okay.
It's almost giving me. Mm-hmm. It's almost giving me flashbacks just thinking about all of the decomp smells I've smelled during my trips. I found so many dead animals, dead dogs, dead javelina, dead wild boar, coyotes, snakes. And as I travel, I would just be sniffing the air, and you just get the smallest molecule of that in your nostril, and you go, okay, there's something dead right around here. And then you just get off, and you sort of follow your nose like Toucan Sam. And instead of Fruit Loops, I'm finding a dead dog or oh my goodness.
I understand totally. Okay, so Reddington Pass, you're willing to go back up there again. If I fly down there, we need to do it together because, well, I used to live there. I lived in Cascabel. And that's why I know the area so well. I used to drive that road in my Jeep by myself all the time.
Sure.
And I know there is other tanks as well that I didn't even show you because we don't have time, Right. So the other tank, there's actually one specific tank that I see psychically.
Okay.
And I've been there. And this entire time I see them throwing her into this specific tank. And so we need to go and look at it. So I'm glad you're willing to look. I can't thank you enough.
It's a difficult search. Those tanks are a very difficult search. The water in them is full of nasty. Cows just walk out there and they pee in their own drinking water and it just and they're snapping turtles and the water is just absolutely you can't see an inch through the water and it's full of snags. The only thing, but you can only throw something so far in those tanks. Something heavy, like I took large rocks and I tried to throw them to see how far they would go. And it's only 8 to 10 feet that you can throw something that's over.
That's not bad. Well, good. That's really smart. That's really smart of you to test it. Huh. Okay.
Well, I've, as a treasure hunter, I've looked for things where, like, take for instance, out on the Immigrant Trail, there's a story of how James Fraser Reed stabbed John Snyder on the Immigrant Trail. And then he took the knife and he threw the knife into the desert. And then so I read that, I found the exact location, and then it would go to that exact spot, take my knife, a large Bowie knife, and throw it as far as I can, and then search from that radius back with the metal detector to try to come up with the knife. And I'll show you. Hold on just a minute.
Yep. Grappling hook, shovels, yeah. I know Jim has the most amazing stories.
Doing that, it
there you go.
things like this.
Wow.
So this very well could be the murder weapon that James Fraser Reed killed John Snyder in the summer of 1846 in the deserts of Nevada. So
wow, that's amazing.
Reenact these sort of things in order to
find it.
Yeah, in order to find it. Exactly. So so that's
that's amazing.
So that's that. So but with these water tanks, I would like to see them evaporate, and then
usually by the end of August they're pretty dry, unless the monsoons have like filled them up a bit. But yeah, so monsoon season, I've put this on my channel a whole bunch this week for people that are out there searching, especially people from Arizona. You know this, that it's monsoon season right now, which can in a way be an actual bonus. Okay, so if these people have hidden Nancy in a wash somewhere, I can 99.9% tell you she's gone. That water has probably shifted her 5 miles down the wash. And even if you put cement over top, like, you bury something, you put cement on it, that wash, it'll dig the cement right up to, and the whole thing will go flying. So what I've been trying to say to like AJ and stuff, the people that have drones, right now they should be actually going where they searched originally, but going farther down the wash now and see if anything has been disturbed.
Right.
See if anything is washed up on the sides.
I started when I first got there. I've been to Tucson, I think 9 trips. Each trip 4-5 days of searching, and then one trip I searched for 10 days straight. And I started with the washes in town. There's the large washes, and I'd go down in the wash, and I do a grid search back and forth. And what I found in the washes was homeless all over those washes.
Yes.
And then you walk down the sand and the gravel, and you see a million footprints, people just wandering around these washes. And in the bushes, you think, you go in the bushes, and you know what's in the bushes?
Trash.
That's their bathroom. Even worse.
Oh.
It's
oh my God.
It makes sense, right? And
yeah.
I started searching those washes, and then I started to look around, and there's not even an aluminum can. There's so many homeless in those washes in Tucson. It's like their highway. There's not even there's not even an aluminum can. They pick it up and I found gold. And I thought to myself, Nancy's not in these washes in town. There's no backpack. There's no gun. There's no ski mask in these washes.
I agree.
It would have been found in like 10 minutes because they're just. And then you come out at night and you look down in the bridge, and they're just, the homeless are scurrying around in these washes like cockroaches. Honestly, it's a very strange city. I don't know where your chat or your viewers are watching from, but you have to you have to go and experience Tucson to really, and there's hundreds of footprints. So, you know, when I was in the wash, I thought she would have been found in these washes a long time ago.
I agree.
And
I agree with you totally.
That's when I started to sort of expand out. And then I was working with that Nico, the guy that runs the Project for the Missing or whatever his organization is. And he started to describe to me, you know, where he has found people. And it's a straight section of road with like a pull out, you know, where you get the car off the road and then they're like 20, 30 feet off the road. And then typically there'll be like a landmark, like a billboard or a road sign or something that they can remember.
They'll remember
where they put these people, and these psychos, they'll drive by and they'll look to make sure the body's still there. And if there's somebody getting too close, maybe they'll go and they'll move it. That's the psycho killer hiding location. That wouldn't be like the ransom, like somebody kidnap and ransom type of hiding location.
Right. I agree. What was I going to say about that? That's what I see too. Like, you know, intuitively, I see they've done a ditch and go. I call it that, a ditch and go.
Right.
They were in an absolute panic, ditch their shit and take off. And I see that they took her over Reddington Pass, like immediately, like the very first like moments I got Reddington Pass, because if you look at the map, Reddington Pass is the only way east out of Tucson that's not via the highway. So it goes up and over the mountain and you come down into Benson on the other side. So it's 2 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning. So they would have gone up and over. They wouldn't have been seen. There's nobody ever up there, especially at night. And done deal, right?
Yeah.
Instead of going down I-10 all the way down.
There's no flock cameras at Reddington Pass, that's for sure.
Exactly. And it is Reddington Pass is the like the smugglers route. They travel the immigrants up and down there every day. I used to have illegals, we called them illegals, camping in my chicken coop.
Yes.
Like, no shit. We'd be hearing noises all of a sudden. I'd go down and there'd be like 3 or 4 men in my chicken coop. And they can't speak English. It was very scary. I was armed constantly. Like constantly.
Me too.
So good. I'm glad you were. I when I figured out that you were armed, I was like, oh, thank God.
Oh yeah. Exploring with Jim is ready for anything.
Okay, good. So is there anything that you want to pursue right now? Like something that you can actually talk about? Like, is there any specific areas that you haven't done yet and you're being drawn to do?
Absolutely. I would say highway. So there's 2 ways from Tucson to Phoenix, right? There's the I-10, and then there's the other road. I don't have my map in front of me. It goes from, I think it's Florence down to Florence to Tucson, and I've searched a lot of that road, but I'm still drawn to that secondary route to Phoenix. So, and I've searched half of it, but I am sort of drawn to the second half, the northern half of that road. Where's my map? Okay. I can even,
it is the ditch and go concept. They're in a hurry, they're panicked, and they're ditching it.
So let's see.
The racetrack wasn't there when I lived there, BB. Oh, the racetrack tank. No, I'm going to have to look at the racetrack tank. I know where the racetrack is. The track is actually new, but you're really bang on there, BB.
The racetrack area south of Tucson, if she's talking about the racetrack area south of Tucson, that's a very interesting area. That's sort of near. I searched the Vale Road area, and the racetrack is a little further over. And there's a lot of open BLM land out there.
Yes.
It's also on my list. It's on my list to search. I drove by some of it, and some of it it's interesting as you go and you look, and if there's a really good fence, like a very tall barbed wire fence that you can't get in, they most likely they didn't get in either. But there's definitely some areas near the racetrack that
I don't see the criminals even making an effort to, these guys were in a hurry, and they were in a hurry, they were panicked, and I'm getting that at least the two guys were arguing with each other the whole time, fighting with each other,
a lot of sense.
saying, we're gonna get fucking caught, man, and that type of thing. BLM land is open state land.
Yes, it stands for Bureau of Land Management, and typically Bureau of Land Management and it's similar to the National Forest land. And there won't be there's no fences on that land, and there'll be roads going in. A lot of times there's like junk motorhomes parked out there. Let me see.
Free range cattle.
Free range cattle, exactly.
Yeah.
But so what I've done, which I know you're privy to, sort of my private maps and that sort of thing, is I've taken the whole area and I've squared it into 2 mile by 2 mile squares. So just to you look at the area. When I first got there, I'm like, this area is huge. How am I going to search the whole thing? And then I really didn't have any help, because there's the sheriff says, no, Texas EquiSearch, you're not welcome to come search. The Cajun Navy, no, don't come search. But which I think those groups are looking for an excuse not to come, because I don't have permission to search. Nobody told me that
and you're just doing it.
And I just go out there and do it, because it's a mission of mercy.
I spoke to the Cajun Navy.
Right.
I spoke with them, and I gave them some of my readings, and I was so touched. They even talked to me, but they were willing to jump on it and start looking. And then Nano shut them down again. So they had to actually officially ask for permission and all that stuff. And he shut them down again, which I don't understand. I just don't understand that. I'll never understand.
I don't either. So it's actually, what I'm talking about was Highway 79 in between Oro Valley and Florence.
Yeah.
And
okay, I know what you're talking about.
So if you wouldn't mind, just take a look at the maps and see if you can get in touch with whatever you can in between Oro Valley and Florence, and also in between. There's a road that goes from 79 over to 10. So a person could get out of Tucson, up the back way of 79, and then take the crossroad to go over the 10, and then dump something in between the two highways. So those are areas are areas that I still need to search. Reddington Pass, when the water level goes down.
Yeah, and dries out
Highway
some
79. More. I've searched a lot of south of Tucson. When I first got there, I really concentrated on sort of the Mexico angle, where a lot of times a serious crime has been committed in Tucson, and the person just says, if I can only go to Mexico, I'll be home free.
I know.
Whether you're Mexican descent or not, everybody thinks, man, just get to Mexico and I'll be on the beach of Puerto Vallarta, and they can't touch me down here. So I really concentrated a lot on that, on the southern angle. And I searched all of the highways going to Mexico, the frontage roads, off the frontage road. I've searched on my motorcycle over 2,000 miles riding the motorcycle on these roads. And this is going very, very slow, zigzagging along the roads, getting off, walking, smelling decomp, opening bags, flipping over mattresses.
Some of those bags, oh my gosh. Horrific.
It's not an easy job.
No, oh, I know. I can imagine. How is your back? Like, did any of this hurt your back? And your hips?
Honestly, no. I try to.
Oh, that's good.
I do a lot of working out. Actually, I run and I hike 3 times a week. So I try to stay in shape for this sort of thing. But it's that is really it's more the emotional toll of finding these dead animals and dogs, and then you imagine yourself finding this poor lady in the same sort of condition that it almost, I would come home and I would have dreams of dead animals for a while, believe it or not. Just
I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible. And I think, have you ever found a missing person before? Like, I know you've helped and stuff, but have you actually come across the body?
Yeah,
have you experienced that?
I haven't. I searched probably in the mid-90s. There was a case of a teenage girl. Her name was Polly Klaas, and she was taken up at Petaluma. And it was a very famous case, and I think there was an actress, Winona Ryder, offered $250,000 reward. And at that point, that sort of as a young man, that caught my attention. I was like, wow, $250,000 reward. And then since I've always been treasure hunting and like digging and looking and crawling through brush and jumping off cliffs and doing all this stuff, I was like, you know what? This is sort of right up my alley. So that was the first missing person that I went to go look for. And there was such a different situation there. I went to Petaluma, and the sheriff had this big room set up, and he had maps on all the walls, and there were volunteer tables, and you would come in, and then they would register. They would copy your driver's license, then they would assign you a map, and then you're supposed to come back in, and then they would highlight the area you searched and write your name. It was such a different situation. Then I go to Tucson. There's nothing like that. There's nobody even looking.
Shit show.
It's just a shit show. All it is a 1,000 journalists standing outside of her house, like waiting for her to come home. And I thought right away, you know what? They need me here to get out and search, because there's nobody else
doing it.
Nobody was doing it at that time. So that's when I went there, and then I started searching, and I started doing live streaming, and then people saw the value in what I was doing, and they started to like help defray my costs. And it turned into sort of, because each time I go, I'll tell you the honest truth, this searching for Nancy Guthrie has cost me over $12,000.
Yeah,
I drive from California to Tucson, and right now it's $600 just in gas. And then I stay in a hotel, and it's another, because it's 3 fill-ups of my truck to get there. Each fill-up is over $100 each, and it's 3 fill-ups to get back. That's $600 right there.
That's
the
insane.
Hotel, I stay in a sort of a cheaper type hotels, and but that's $100 a night. So there's 4 nights plus gas. There's $1,000 right there, and plus incidental, food and breakdowns and buying different things is another couple $100. And I've done like 9 trips so far at over $1,200 each. It's costing me a lot of money to do this, but thankfully, through my channel, people have seen value, and they've sent like super chat, and they've sent. I set up a PayPal and Cash App, and they actually, people were like, and it's a way for people that can't get out and search to participate. To like, if it wasn't for contributions and just the love and support, people encouraging me to go. It's not even the people that contribute financially which, it's just $5 here, $10 there. But people that encouraging and say, gee, Jim, you're doing such a good job. It makes you want to get back out in the field. And honestly,
the positive attitude makes you just keep going. You got this, Yeah, I totally understand.
They're all positive. There's very positive people that are concerned about this case. It attracts a lot of weirdos and a lot of conspiracy people and a lot of actually crazy people have been attracted to this. But the good people and the positive people are completely overwhelmed those negative people, and it's really got me to go back multiple times. So it's I don't it hasn't got anywhere near it's still a lot of out-of-pocket expenses, but and just so people know, they can always, you can go to my channel, Exploring with Jim on YouTube. I'm going to get back out there. If any of your chat or your viewers are like, who is this guy? They can just go to Exploring with Jim on YouTube. There's maybe one or two of us, but they'll know which one it is. And also shout out to Whispering Wind. She's your mod and she's my mod also, which she's mod for both of our channels.
She's fantastic.
Yeah,
Donna,
absolutely.
you are kick-ass. So if you haven't subscribed to Jim, please go and subscribe and show him some love. Tell him I sent you. And So I think we got a plan going tentatively. In the meantime, I'm going to still do what I'm doing in the background here. Thank you for what you have sent me, because now I'm going over your map literally inch by inch by inch with reading them.
And really think about that area, the Highway 79 in between Florence and Tucson, and the section in between 79 and 10. That's also giving me sort of a just when you go out in that area, it just seems right to me to find Nancy, because Phoenix there's millions of people that live in Phoenix. So I mean, out of that million, there's a lot of criminal element that could easily come down to Tucson, do a kidnapping for ransom, go back to Phoenix. So
we used to go along that highway when we'd been drinking too much.
Right.
We'd take the back road and then sneak back home. It was one of the sneak roads when you were young, So I know it well. There is an area though that I have been avoiding. For some reason, I really don't want to search it, but Cochise County is a big one. Okay.
Right.
Cochise County down in Benson. That's where I used to live. And I'm getting big dings on Cochise County.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I believe that if I'm right, they took her over Reddington Pass down to Benson and then I-10 east towards New Mexico. And there's a few little small shithole towns there. And I believed for the first week, they had her held up in one of the abandoned ranches down there. There's a lot of abandoned places, shitholes. And so that's my reading on it. So that needs to be checked too, but I will focus on that when I'm down there. Hopefully you will be with me. And
this is what I like about sort of your tips, is that you give me actual locations on a map. You'll say, hey, go out and check this area where the train is, and you give me, I do have a lot of people contacting me in my email, and there's some psychics and there's some dowsers and there's some different people, and they'll give me, look for the red barn with the yellow flowers. And I'm like,
I know.
Where? I'm supposed to just drive around looking for this red barn with yellow flowers. And like, I see this, and I'm like,
doesn't
then
work that way.
It doesn't. For a searcher, you need something specific. You need a spot on the map. and then you get to that spot on a map, and it's a big area, and then you have to just walk it every 10 feet, and then you see bags, and you open them, and you dig where there's possibly ground that has been turned over.
Yeah.
And then
it's nasty.
And then when I do see these spots that people send me, they have to meet my sort of my logic also from the training of like the FBI guy Nico. I have to look at it and like if it's out in the middle of the desert where there's no roads out there, it doesn't make sense to me.
Possible.
No,
I totally get it. The logistics of it, right? You got to have I'm in the logistics industry, so I understand it. And it's got to be clear and easy for these criminals to like book and go. Like I keep saying, just book and go. And the other thing I was going to say, the thing I was getting at though, why I'm nervous about Cochise County is, well, it's full of fucking mine shafts.
Yes. I'm a miner from way back. That doesn't. I'm not going to be going 40 miles an hour in the dark through an open desert.
No, but that's not my point. My point. Yeah.
So I do have equipment to search mine shafts. I can drop GoPros and 360 cameras on extended poles. Down into mine shafts. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's something I've done before. And it's sort of similar to how I searched the Rose Canyon Lake. You put your pole out there, and then you drop the GoPro in, and then you reel it in, and then you look at the footage afterwards. So if I have a good lead, anything is possible.
Okay. How did you feel about Rose Canyon Lake? Did you feel anything when you were there? Did it give you the heebie-jeebies?
I think it's absolutely a false lead. It's a complete false lead. You go to Rose Canyon Lake, and then the way it was built up on some of these channels, like, oh, it's so dangerous, and there's people in the hills with guns, and it's like the Zodiac killer is prowling the area. And you get there, and it's this. You think it's Rose Canyon Lake. It's this. It's like a pond. It's not even very big. You can walk the length of it in 1 minute, and the whole bank is surrounded by little kids with Toys R Us fishing poles, fishing. Yeah. And then there's rangers, and there's campground, and there's the camp host, and she's waving at you, and I'm like, this is it'd be akin to burying a body in Yosemite National Park on the valley floor in front of the Awani Hotel. It's it was just a big publicity story. I fell for it. I went up there twice, although I did go the whole Mount Lemmon Highway. I searched every pull-off off Mount Lemmon Highway. I pulled over. I walked down. I used binoculars. I did use that opportunity on the way to Rose Canyon Lake to thoroughly search the Mount Lemmon Highway. But that is a well-traveled road. People all hours of the night, back and forth. Bicycle riders, hikers, rock climbers.
Every day. It's busy every day. In my readings, I never got Mount Lemmon once. I was like, people ask me Rose. I'm like, no, there's nothing there. Like it's not. There is one area though that I have been picking up on a lot is Salt River, up in Phoenix, out in Mesa. It's a little bit east of Phoenix. Well, that's the Salt River. It's huge, and people inner tube down the river at this time of the year, and I've done it myself many times. But so in a way, I do find that a bit of a saving grace, because if I am right, well, maybe a tuber will find something. But there is also other sections. Okay.
A friend of mine has talked about the Salt River also. She's mentioned that I should come up and search near the Salt River also.
Okay.
but I haven't been up in that area at all. But like I say, if there's if somebody has a good lead and it meets sort of my logical expectations of a place to search, I'll definitely. I try to give everybody a chance in these searches because not everybody can get out there and search. And I have people studying maps, aerial photographs. They're looking at possible where suspects or they have a history of frequenting. And I look at everything that's sent to me. My email is exploringwithjim@yahoo.com, and I look at every email that comes in. But I do need specifics. I do need specific locations, not just a red barn with yellow flowers.
I get. I think. I mean, as a site. I mean, I think this could be why I have actually found missing people. Because I don't do that. I don't do that. Like when I'm looking for a person, well, I'm really fucking looking for the person. Like the last person I found was in town here. That was 2 years ago, and I'm due to find another one. Come on, it's time to find somebody. And the guy in town here, anyways, it's a long story, but I told the family, I'm like, I see him along a trail under a tree backing onto somebody's yard. Well, he was found along our greenway walkway area under a huge cottonwood tree, sitting up dead.
Right.
And
crazy.
And yeah, it was amazing. Anyways, it was a massive learning lesson for me on that one about how to deal with the site itself when you come across it. Like I actually stepped in stuff, yucky stuff. Yeah, and I had to throw my shoes away and whatnot. The RCMP officers were with me. The one officer was like, oh, and I'd already stepped in it. Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy.
That's what that's sort of what you're saying is what Nico that's told me. He's in what's his organization, something for the missing. And he says when he actually finds somebody and he brings closure to a family and he helps out the family, he says, really, there's nothing like it. And all you want to do is get back out there and help another family and then find another person. So, and he's coming back out to search some more, and I've learned a lot from Nico. Nico is probably one of the best searchers. Yeah, out there. He's getting older, so he can't hit the brush quite like I can anymore. But I just learned from his experience and his ideas, and
good.
Yeah, so
it's his expertise is very, very helpful.
Definitely. I'm gonna get back out there and just really sort of, he had some things to do, and I can't just search for Nancy Guthrie. I have so many other projects. I have treasure I'm looking for. I have motorcycles I'm rebuilding. I have family, and although I have devoted like 50 days of the past 6 months to searching for Nancy, maybe more, maybe 60 days. And when there's a break sort of in the weather, when it does cool down a little bit, I'll definitely be back out there searching just like I was before. And then my map, I'm shading it. I'm doing 2 mile by 2 mile squares. Pretty soon that map is going to start filling in, and I'm going to hit that square where she is. If I don't get the lead from you or one of your viewers, eventually just through the sheer process of elimination and stick-to-itiveness, we're going to bring her home one way or the other.
Determination.
That's it. Exactly.
She is America's grandma. Like this case has touched me right into my core, because my grandma was my best friend. And I'm sure everybody watching feels the same way about their grandmothers. And I think seeing a crime like this happen to an elderly person has just completely knocked us off our socks. Like, because you don't ever see it, right? It's such a rare thing. And I pray to God that there's justice like tomorrow.
And then with some of the investigators, what I've heard them talk about, so the crime scene itself is sort of a sterile crime scene. They haven't been able to make an
Yeah.
arrest based on the crime scene. And what they say they need what's called a secondary crime scene. Secondary crime scene would be the vehicle that she was transported in,
Yes.
or Nancy herself. She would be the secondary crime scene, that they could process that secondary crime scene and actually come up with some evidence to bring the
Yes.
perpetrator of this crime to justice.
Yeah.
So not only are we trying to bring Nancy home, but we're also trying to find that secondary crime scene in order to bring him to justice.
Gotta find something. Like one of the like when I give you locations of stuff to look at, I don't honestly know if it's a body that I'm seeing at that location or if it's evidence. I'm just getting that it's something of importance. And one of the items of importance, and I can't get it out of my head, is I see a banker's bag, a blue banker's bag. You know, the ones you use to go deposit money in the bank from a business, right? I see a weapon in it, and I see it's been thrown. I see a gun in it. So please keep when you're out there, keep your eyes open for something like that.
I will.
Almost like
it's not the first time I've heard this either.
Almost like a rubberized blue bag that zips up and they've chucked it. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's not in any of the washes in town, because a banker's bag will be picked up in 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's in Mexico now. Yeah.
But off the side of the road.
Yeah. San Pedro River. We need to look at San Pedro River as well. That's down in Cochise County. When you start getting into the San Pedro River area, I lived right along it. Okay. It runs along Reddington and Cascabel. That's when things start getting really remote. And that's where they could easily hide someone and they'll never be found again. So, yeah.
They're not counting on exploring with Jim. When you say never going to be found again, they're not counting on exploring with Jim. We're going to surprise them.
That's right. I'm so glad when you said that you could actually look down into mine shafts, because I was really, really worried about that. I know where there's mine shafts. Literally, it's fucking crazy. There's mine shafts literally right on the side of the road. And if you got out of your car at that one specific spot, okay, bye. They'll never see you again.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
it's crazy.
I've actually had experience with mine shafts. As a matter of fact, I have equipment to pump water out of mine shafts. So that's another thing that I've been doing is these mine shafts get full of water from the 1880s, and then to pump the water out of the mine shafts, and inside the mine shafts are like antique bottles and artifacts that have been trapped under the water for hundreds of years. So I've been able to pump water out of mine shafts. I've had a lot of experience with mine shafts. So don't be afraid to send me to a mine shaft.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, we got lots of them. I have family down there that own some.
Right.
Yeah. Let's just say I know the town of Tombstone very, very well. I have relatives that have lived there for 100 years. So, I know the area well. I can show you around. It's amazing.
I haven't been to Tombstone yet. Every time I go down there, I say, I'm going to spend a day just being a tourist and go to Tombstone and then maybe go to old Tucson and look around. But I find myself getting up in the morning, loading up the motorcycle, putting on the snake boots, and just going out in the desert and trying to shade in another 2 mile by 2 mile square, because
you're on a mission. You gotta complete the mission. What was I gonna say? How is your health out there? Like, did you ever get heat stroke?
I didn't get heat stroke, but I would get a heat rash. I don't know if you've ever heard of prickly heat rash.
Prickly heat,
I didn't even know what it was. It's on my back, and there's like these like these blisters, like these little blisters. And I thought it's I didn't know what the heck it was, but I like, do like a Google search and that sort of thing. And like, oh, it's prickly heat rash because I was wearing this motorcycle protective gear and it would trap the sweat against the skin. That, and then the other things, the other problem I would have down there, of course, there's rattlesnakes everywhere, but I have the protective rattlesnake chaps, but it's this cactus, and it's not the cactus that you hit with your hand and their spines. It's these very fine slivers.
Hairs.
Yeah,
you know what?
I have no idea where they even come from.
The best way to get them out is just to and pull them out. I had hundreds of them. They're in the dirt. So those little fine hairs, they're everywhere. They're in the dirt. Like if you were to lay down in the dirt there, you'd be fucked. Like absolutely covered in corners. Yeah. I know they're terrible.
I had no idea where they're coming from. They'd be in my leg. I'd be like, what? I'd even brush up against a bush and I'd ask a local. I say, where do you get these cactus slivers? And they're like, I don't know, I get them too. Like they're like a big mystery. And I would carry everywhere I go, I'd carry like duct tape. And you have to like take duct tape and like rip them out with duct tape. Yeah. And then carry tweezers and like, oh my goodness. It's and then I'm sure the locals are laughing at me, like, oh, look at this city slicker come down here and then get this cactus in his leg. But at the same time, they're sitting in their house in their air conditioning, and I'm the one out there actually in the field. So
exactly.
But so it's the
I appreciate you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so prickly. So you never got heat stroke. Thank God for that. Okay.
Right.
You know the signs of it, right? You start feeling all woozy, and then you'll start vomiting. So be aware of that because it can all of a sudden just get you. You'll think you're okay, and then the next 5 minutes you're not. So just always be careful.
I've had that in the Mother Lode while I was gold mining in the Mother Lode, but not actually down in Tucson because it got to me once, and so I'm really aware of the signs now. You start to just feel a little dizzy, and then I'll make sure to get off the motorcycle and then pour water in my head and rest because the last thing you want to do is faint while you're riding a motorcycle through cactus.
Right. I can't even fathom. Another thing that you could look into clothing wise to help you, see if there is bike riding vest gear like you wear, right? That actually has cooling fans in it.
Yeah.
Like in the winter time, they have heating jackets. Like my husband has a heating jacket, and I wonder if there's some for cooling. I bet you there is.
I carry as much water as I can, and I just dunk water on myself. That's
it helps.
That's about the only thing I found that works. I'm sure there must be some sort of heating or cooling jacket, but a lot of those things I find they're sort of gadgets that when you actually get out there and you're rolling around and digging and that sort of thing, nothing beats you don't just need it. Good strong material that's soaked with water. So
so here's one more question. As you've been out there searching and stuff, like for Nancy, have you actually found any treasures? Have you found any coins or anything of cool treasure?
While I'm searching for Nancy, have I found? I'm a bottle collector and a artifact collector, but honestly, I'll tell you one thing I did find. It's very interesting. Okay, right here is if you go Highway 79 and you're going in between Tucson and Phoenix, off to the left, it's called the Tom Mix Memorial. Tom Mix was a Western hero from the silent film era of Hollywood, and he was driving in between Florence and Tucson, and he got in a car crash out there and died in the desert. And so there's a wash. It's called the Tom Mixed Wash. So I walked to the Tom Mixed Wash, And looking in the Tom Mix wash, I was able to find there's like a couple little like crosses that had fallen down in the Tom Mix wash. And then later I was able to get the photo of the accident scene, and I could line up the photo and see exactly where the car had overturned and Tom Mix was under the car.
Wow.
And that's the same spot where the crosses were. I went back the next trip to that exact same site, and I looked all around, and I found like these old highway markers. I found a tire from the car accident, and I erected a monument to Tom Mix. I buried the highway marker and then inside the tire, and I looked around for like different parts of the car, and then I set them all around. So that's sort of a treasure that I re-erected a memorial to Tom Mix on the exact spot that he passed away in 1940.
Wow, that is so nice of you. That's really moving.
Wow. Yeah. Anybody in the chat or the replay, look up Tom Mix crash site.
Tom Mix.
And Tom Mix, and they'll see the location, the Tom Mix wash. And Exploring with Jim has erected a lasting monument that everybody for quite a long time will. It took.
Oh, we lost you for a sec. You're gone, Zoe. I lost ya. He'll be back. You're gone, Zoe. Gone. He'll be back. What fantastic stories. So yeah, so we're helping each other out, and I'm praying that Nancy gets found. I understand why he's not out there right now, because it's too damn hot. Like, it's not feasible. But in, say, October, November, December is the best time. Welcome back.
Sorry about that. I should have put do not disturb on my phone. I think a phone call comes through and then it sends me out. But I'm actually going to have to run, Tara. So, but let's keep in touch and take a look at the maps. Come up with some search locations. Get your passport. Meet me in Tucson, and everybody subscribe to the Exploring with Jim YouTube channel and come along
show him
with
some
me.
love.
Come along with me when we go find Nancy Guthrie. I want to find Nancy Guthrie on a YouTube live, and I would, it's I want to bring Nancy home, but it's also, as a treasure hunter, it's the thrill of the hunt, and the adventure of it all. It's a real, to me, as a man, as a treasure hunter, it's the adventure. It's getting out in the desert. It's I wouldn't mind the notoriety, the being the person to find Nancy Guthrie and then bring her home and solve this mystery, and it would absolutely be amazing. And then
it would be the highlight of your life. It would be the absolute best highlight. Yeah.
It would be huge. It would be huge. Yeah. So, and then when I'm out there, people in your chat, if they wouldn't mind offering me encouragement, like, go, Jim, keep going. And then I always read the chat afterward. I sit and I read the chat, and it really gets me a good feeling. Yeah. And
everybody's been so kind and so wonderful, and supportive. Yeah, you got the odd trolls, but whatever, you just block them.
Exactly.
It sounds good. I'm so glad we sat down and had a chat. It was much needed, and I'm actually excited.
Me too. Go. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to pack my car right now.
Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. Okay, Tara. I got places to stay, so it'll be really good. All right, hon, have a good. Yeah, hi Donna. I will. Have a good weekend.
Thank you so much.
And I will talk to you soon. All right, thanks for being here.
Bye-bye. See you soon. Bye.
Yeah. All right, everyone. That was fantastic. Oh, I'm all excited now. I'm just amped right up. Amped up. Let's go fucking find Nancy. So thank you all for being here. I love you all so much. I'm going to end it at that. It's Friday night. It's Friday night, baby. Go enjoy your lives. Go spend time with your significant others. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the love and support. Please go show Jim some love and support. And continue to pray that Nancy is found tomorrow. And justice is coming for this beautiful lady. I love you all. If you're new, please subscribe on your way out. And I will talk to you all. Well, you never know. I might jump on later. You guys know that. But so, yeah, maybe I'll be on later. Maybe not. Love ya. Cow. Bye-bye.